So hello there everyone and welcome to pardon me, good start that, isn't it? And welcome to FRL round 5, I believe it is here today in China. A very quick group of people in this lobby today, and we're about to go into 3 qualifying sessions to see who can fight out for pole. It's a very loud evening in my house today, so you'll have to ignore me for that. And if you have a problem with that, I don't care. But how are we? How are we? I'm hoping everyone's good. I'm good, personally. And it's raining. Great. Oh, by the way, anybody who is in the race, if you wouldn't mind giving me a heads up, if you're watching that is, about the weather or the strategy, that would be very helpful. Okay, I know a lot of people don't like to see, but in real life F1 they know. So just a little heads up would help me. Would help me a lot. But whilst that's all going on, I will go and find the standings for you, if I can. There are a lot of them. See some of the F1 Tier 1 drivers. Alright, here we are. So, our last race was Barcelona now, right? As we see who's the first car out on track. It is... Oh, I think I'm a little bit laggy. So the first car now out on track is Pimis, so we'll just stay off board him a little bit. But the current standings after round 4 in Spain. So we have Smalley, who's leading the championship on 61 points. Ricky Republic in the Alpine on 44. It's SpongeBob, who is not racing today, or at least I can't see him, is on 26. FRL Big Balls, who has one of the best names I've ever seen, is also on 26 points in 4th. Jay Hartnell, who was my teammate until I won't say sacked it off, because I did enjoy racing, just not as much as I think I maybe should have. But he's sat in 5th now with 20, he's a very consistent driver. Carlos Killer in 6th, also on 20, as well as Sadistic King V. All three of those drivers on 20 points. FRL Jackson is on 18, FRL Swinney on 17, and JB Bowie on 16 points in 10th place. No, and so despite the rain, it's actually seeming like drivers are on the dry tyres. So not expecting many quick lap times. Whether the rain's going to get better or worse later on, I'm not really sure, but we can see just how much Pimis struggled through that final corner. But we'll stay on board for now. I would do lap rundowns with you, but I am nowhere near good enough to know these circuits, especially turn 1. Let's hope FRL Fat Kid can get out the way. Another very good name. He's not getting out the way right now. This is really going to hinder Pimis. He finally gets out the way just before turn 3, I believe that is. But now Pimis will have a little bit of catching up to do on the Delta. Now obviously he is currently purple, as he is the first driver to start setting time now. I don't think Ricky Republic though actually beat that though, so maybe he didn't get hindered, but we can see just a bit of oversteer from him now, as China is a very difficult circuit, as we see FRL Fat Kid getting out the way for Ricky Republic. And we've got a yellow flag. There's a Haas now right at the back who has spun. No timing though, so we will carry on. I don't believe there's a wall on the right hand side of where he spun, so there shouldn't be any damage other than some overheated rear tyres. We are going to stay on board with Pimis, and just a wash of oversteer, then a wash of understeer as he goes round the really awkward spoon curve. But now the long straight, I believe this is one of the longest straights in the calendar. So, yeah, well done China, I guess. But all the drivers are now out on track, almost all of them now are also on hot laps. But Pimis will be the first to finish his as he steams across the line. It's 1 minute 40.9, and it gets battered by his teammate in the other Alpine a 139.8. Now there are a lot of drivers crossing the line, I'll have to try keep up. Jackson goes quicker to 138.8. I believe Mercedes just crossed the line. I think he invalidated his time now though. That's not Carlos Keller's fast line, it was Maxi who set a 139 flat. Now, Christ. I'm not quick enough. Full somewhere with Jay Hartnell. Now, former teammate, he steams across the line, sets the slowest time with 142.3. A lot of time to improve for him there now. The Ferraris, I think Jammy J sets a 140.7, puts him in 6th. And now we've got the AlphaTauri and the Alfa Romeo, who are very close to each other, so maybe them two hindering each other's laps a little bit. JB Bowie goes slowest with a 142.5, and I believe it was Big Balls just behind him. If you can capture that, yeah, he went forward with 139.8, so much better than JB Bowie's. iLink's piece has actually crashed out. Now, can we see that? Oh, I've just missed it. Great. What about on board with Ferrari? No. Just losing it under traction, it seems. So, very unfortunate for iLink's piece, as we have a new fastest time now of Q1, a 138.6 for FRL03 Dixon. But very unlucky for iLink's piece, so he will be starting this race now from the back of the grid, as he did not set a time. But we can see just how oversteer it is. FRL Fat Kid now will cross the line next. A 141.8, not a bad time considering the now the current conditions he's in. Swinney has invalidated his lap time, and Warrior Huntsman has retired in the pits, I think that is. So, no crash, luckily. Maybe some qualifying bans, some penalties that I'm unaware of, but, FL Jackson is not improving on his time. Is there anyone coming up to the line? Jammy J, is he going to improve on his lap time? He is by a little bit, a 140.4. Does not improve his position, but any improvement in time now is a good improvement in time. I'm sure someone good at F1 said that once. JB Bowie improves by 0.5 now, but he also can't improve his position. But as I just said, any improvement in time is a good improvement in time. Don't make me say that again. There's a Williams that's going to come across the line. I can't tell who it is. Is Barcologist. Not really sure if he improved on his time, so very sorry for that now. But FL Dixon in the Mercedes just beating that lap time once again. So maybe the track's now drying up. If we go on board, it doesn't look it, but we know what this game's like with pretending it knows what's going on with the weather. Barcologist not slowing down though, only slightly down on his first sector, so we will stay on board with him, as I think he's got a little bit more pace at least in that in the Williams car that he's in. A nice helmet as well, I like that. For now he can win the best helmet award. You know what, FRL, oh, my Alexa's turned on. Alexa, shut up. Apologies for that, Alexa Gate crashing off the stream. But yeah, they should do a helmet of the day where whoever wears or has the best helmet should get an extra point. Just 1 point. 1 point wouldn't hurt. But now we're going to stay with Barcologist, as everything's falling off my desk. Oh, for Christ's sake. So it was about 0.5 improvement now through the second sector. Has he been able to hold up that improvement, as he doesn't go into the pits? I'm guessing he is improving. It's going to be a 141.9, so he also does not improve his position. Still quite a little bit off now, the nearest car ahead of him, of FRO Fat Kid, by just about a second, but still not a bad improvement. So there's McLaren now running up to the line of Carlos Killer. He is allegedly very good now around this circuit. I will be the judge of that, as the first lap is not on the hot lap. The two Hashtag cars are though. They'll be wanting to make sure they do not get knocked out in Q1. Obviously, 2 positions have been taken up in that in qualifying 1 of Ireland's piece on Rory Huntsman, as they have decided on not set a lap for whatever reason. I know Ireland's piece crashed out. We'll stand by with Jay Hart now, as I know he's got a lot of pace in that now in that Haas. And actually, whilst we're just on board with Jay Hartnell, in a few other leagues I've been in, where I've been in country, I've just given just a little like heads up or just kind of like message to anyone who's living in in Ukraine or Russia or Belarus or any place that might be is being affected from this conflict between two countries. Just a little message. I hope you're staying safe. You know, these are really weird now and tough times that we're in, but you know, just try to keep yourself safe. You know, obviously it's not like you can just walk up to Putin or whoever you think is at fault for this and do whatever you want with him, but you know, we just gotta live with it. So yeah, a message to you, as Hartman and spins it, yeah, just stay safe, because that's all we can really hope for right now. Jay Hartnell on a lighter tone did not spin it through the spoon section or the second one, because turn 1 is an absolute arse through this circuit. He's gonna, I don't know what word to say then, he's gonna sling around the final corner and improves by 8 tenths, which it does improve his position a little bit, so well done to him. As who was that who just improved? Swinney managed to set 139.5. He'll be getting a nosebleed being that high up. Oh, I'm joking. By the way, Swinney, I'm joking. I was usually fighting in the midfield, so I'm not really sure what everybody's pace is now in general. As I believe Jay Hart now is also on another quick lap, hence why he did not get out the way for Swinney, who's unfortunately now had to back out, as Crossfire Strikes, I guess, entered the pits and has come out again. Oh no, he I think he got disconnected. Okay, so that's fine. As Jay Hart now has gone for a spin, or has let Swinney go? I believe he's gone now for a little bit of a spin. Nothing wrong with that, but not the quickest way to go around the lap, so I would not recommend it. I'm going to call this guy Oggy, because I'm sorry, I cannot pronounce his name. He actually goes off now, right, and dives it into the pit lane. Is Carlos Killer going to tee himself up for another lap? Nope, he is also going to enter the pits. Crossfire Strikes is, no, he's on his out lap. Barcologist is just come out, no. Swinney is not on a lap. Jay Hartnell is down. We're just trying to find someone on lap here now. Here we are. Another person I've been teammates with, Sadistic King. Correct me if I'm wrong, but didn't he like not get a penalty or a warning throughout like the entirety of last season or something? I know it was something like that, so well done to him. Any invalidations, I will be clipping it. But he's going to steam across the line in 13th. He will stay 13th with a 1.1 second lap that off on his time. I can't speak today, very tired. So let's hope he can improve. I believe one of the only Scotsmen on the grid as well. I'd have like a little fun fact section on here, like 3 about each driver. Did you know that Jay Hartnell has a weird obsession with Kevin Magnussen? Crossfire strikes now along the main straight. Brakes as late as he dares now as he goes around the hairpin. I think he hit the apex fairly nicely. As we see the drivers now that are right at the top just retiring. Obviously, right there is no need to finish the lap. And Jay Hartnell has retired as Crossfire strikes, pushing a pretty nice lap time of 1:39.7, ever so slightly off the McLaren ahead of him. So, yeah, very unlucky from him. Alright, as yeah, Price, you don't all need to retire. Like a TikTok trend. Yeah, but very nice lap from the Haas driver, and that did knock his teammate down into what's the bottom four, as we are unfortunately missing one driver. No, Crossfire Strikes does very, very well to hold on to a slide he had. So, no, go back on him. Yeah, so very, very well done. That's great car control from the Haas driver. Right, yeah, he's definitely not on the lap for now after that one. Is Barcologist now on the lap? Right, I believe he is. Mainly because he hasn't invalidated. But he'll be looking to move out of the bottom four. Maybe push himself ahead maybe of FRL Fat Kid, who has not come out of the pits, so he is really banking on a mistake here from Barcologist. As you see how much he's up on. Up by 2/10 on his time. Alright, so currently not improving, but there's still time to gain through the final section. Any oversteer through the spoon curve? There is not. So chances of that is a pretty good lap. Another view of his very nice helmet. Stays in third gear through the hairpin to get as much traction out of it now as possible. I wouldn't know because I play on automatic. Steams across the line, stays on the right. Improves by 2/10, but it's not good enough to improve his position. So I might have said any improvement is good improvement. Well, not in this case because Barcologist, unless he goes for another one, will not get himself out of Q1. There's a Ferrari parked up in sector 2, but I'm sure that's just a car retiring. And there we are. Now Barcologist is 2.6 tenths up on his lap time. I believe a little bit of oversteer now through that corner. There's a great camera angle now through there. Several drivers are now just waiting for him to finish this lap time. He needs about, apologies, needs about a 4/10 improvement to get himself out of qualifying, right? Now, and he's down on his time, so he's not going to make it currently. Any oversteer? No, but he is pretty slow through the spoon curve. I won't say anything about the helmet again, don't worry. Yeah, but there is DRS, so clearly is now the dry tyres. But I would not be expecting any drivers to try the mediums in Q2 purely for the conditions that are out on track. So he's going to steam across the line now. Where does he go? I don't think he improves on his time now, and therefore does not get himself out of qualifying. So very unfortunate for the man with the nice helmet. But we can see that FRL Dixon showing some great pace early doors. Right, is he the only Scotsman? I just want to fact check that. Okay. No, god damn it, Smalley. Okay, yeah, oh no, alright, so 5 drivers do get knocked out. Alright, so it goes up to 15, alright, okay, my bad there. So he would have needed much more than whatever I said he'd need to get out. as we just wait now to head off into qualifying 2. Alright, so we are now in qualifying 2. The rain looks a lot lighter, so maybe some drivers do go for the inters, the mediums I mean. Right, it might be some drivers going for the inters, right, depending on how this race goes. I can see a McLaren out there now, though, on medium tyres now. Let's actually go and see what people are choosing. As we can see, the Haas of Phosphorus Strikes completely cutting the front of the corner, right? But now everybody is actually seems like they're going to try the medium tyres here. So thank you all for proving me wrong. Smalley takes my advice though, so thank you very much, Smalley. Right, who's that? Is it Ricky Republic? No, it's Pimis, who is first out on track once again. And let's hope he can put in an even better lap time. Apologies there. As I said, I've had a very, very productive day. We'll end it there. So we're just waiting for Pimis right now to finish his out lap and start his hot lap. Right. And actually, this may be last minute, but what a lot of leagues like to do is they like to do an onboard lap where no commentary from me, just car audio now as they take you through a lap. So that's what I'm going to do with Pimis now, and let's hope he doesn't invalidate. So let's just listen to the roar of that Renault engine. Okay. So it didn't initially seem like a bad time, but Smalley does blow it out of the water as well as Jackson. So yeah, maybe not the best time from Pimis now, unfortunately. But we'll have to wait and see right now as Carlos Killer crosses the line, goes fourth. And now the Red Bull of Oggy comes across the line now on his soft tyres and puts himself up into third with 1 minute 40.9. Now it's the turn of the AlphaTauris as Alpha Kid gets a huge snap of oversteer. I just need to turn on my info. Yeah, so obviously JB Bowie does beat his teammates' time. Now as Ephraim Dixon sticks to right and sets a 138.7, about 8/10 quicker than Smalley in the Ferrari. So, and now it's Maxi's turn to third time. It's a pretty nice time for 139.8. So very well done now from for Maxi. Swinny now on his outlap. The rest of the drivers that haven't third time are either on an outlap or in the pit lane of Swinny now. So we'll go back on board with Pimis as he is up on his time. Alright. Huge snap of oversteer. Thankfully saves it though. And goes across the final corner. Does not invalidate a bit more oversteer now. That's really going to hurt his lap time. But it does improve by nearly a second. So good improvement from Pimis now. Right, Smalley is not going to go off and set another time. Nor is Crossfire Strikes. Carlos Keller will not either. Will Oggy? Oggy won't. Come on, someone set time. Oh, Carlos Killer. Alright, has completely missed the braking zone. He's done a Hamilton 2007, I want to say. And not hit the wall. He got himself stuck in the gravel trap. But yeah, unlucky for Carlos Killer. Luckily, still in this qualifying session. Would have been a very embarrassing crash if he had gone out there. So this is King now right on his lap. Yeah, Jackson is clearly not right on his lap. Nor is Maxi. He comes into pit. Swinny now is gonna whoosh around the final corner. What lap time can he set? 1:43.3, so not the worst time. Definitely a little bit of room for improvement though. We're now going to stay on board though with Sadistic King, as he has not set a lap time, nor has Wicked Republic or FRL Big Balls. Rocking the Devon Butler helmet that you get for playing career mode. I'm going to be keeping an eye out for the helmets, guys. Looking quite confident right now out of that corner. Has a little bit of traffic in the AlphaTauri's up ahead, but shouldn't be too much of an issue for him. Yeah, they get out of the way. Now rounds the second last corner, not the last one, the second one. Alright, and now that's the last corner. Went very wide, but no invalidation, as he sets at 143.5. So definitely a lot of time for the Aston Martin now to find. I know he's got it in him, definitely. FRL Big Balls, who was also another very quick driver. Who also has a really nice helmet, actually. I won't be comparing, just be saying whose I like, whose I don't. Shifted up into 8th gear, on that little mini straight there. Down the long straight. No, I'm actually just going to do a quick Google search and see what the longest straight enough one is. What's the longest straight enough one? It's not actually. It is the Azerbaijan one. Alright, the main straight of that one, which is about 2.2 kilometers. So I wonder what I wonder what China's is. Interlagos now, right, also has a very long one as well, but people don't actually count it, or ever like give it like a thought really. So alright, the 5 longest straights on the calendar. Alright, so China is there. I believe China is actually just the 5th. So no, actually a bit disappointing, but yeah, that's still. Oh no. Okay, so in 2012 it was longest. So, you know, that's got to count for something, right? You win the prize for being the longest straight in 2012. China, right, well done. But Big Balls is currently now on another lap. Maybe just securing that he can get into qualifying 3, where the top 10 drivers can all fight it out. Down the longest straight in 2012. Alright. You want to have a nice apex through there. Going wide can now really hurt you. Big Balls seems to manage it though. Swinging the tyres in the pits, I believe that is. A little bit of oversteer for the Alfa Romeo, but improves by 4/10 and puts himself P4. So a very nice lap time. Now rumble with Carlos Killer, who is on the intermediates. Alright, so he is 1.2 down on his time though, actually, so probably not time for intermediates yet, but and I think that gamble he tried to talk will not work out right now, because I think this is going to knock him out. Yeah, comes into pits. Unless he nearly hits the wall again. But yeah, unless he can just about get there in time, I do not think he will be setting another lap time. So Ricky Public not on a lap actually, nor is JB Bowie or Fat Kid. They are just on the straight. Big Balls has been validated and is also not set another time. Was Crossfire Strikes always P2? If not, then that is a very nice, good time from NASCAR. So well done. He's not on another lap though. So is Pimis? Pimis is now. Alright, so we will stay on board with Pimis, who is nearly 6/10 up on his time. So yeah, currently not improving his position, but improving his time now, as he is very close to Sadistic. He goes for spin! And that's Pimis out. Pimis out of qualifying 2. I believe that time will stand now though, so as long as no one behind him improves, he will be okay. But there is the likes of JB Bowie now out there. A Sadistic King has, I think, just retired in the pit lane. So for some reason he will not be sent another time right now, but it will be JB Bowie who will be trying to knock out Pimis and Sadistic King, or Sadistic now. And he does not have to improve by a lot. Right. Now we're going to stay on board with him, so if he's watching we can build up the tension and put him under more stress, so good luck. Alright, but very nice line through turns 1 and 2. Okay. Gets on the traction, the power very nicely. Only needs about a 10th and 6/10 up on his time. Yeah, that'll do it just about. He's just got to be nice and clean and consistent now. Right, since he's now 6/10 up, he can afford to lose a little bit of time. But you know, obviously you wouldn't want to. You'd want to prove a point. You know, make a statement. Yeah, nearly a second up on his lap time. On his lap time. And he's also gone purple to the middle sector as well. So some drivers struggling in these conditions. Others aren't. As that was the seat. Got a very creaky chair. As He goes down the very, very now long back straight. Misses his apex by quite a bit. He should be okay though. As he does very well round on the exit. Throws the car through the final corner now. How much is he getting through by? 1.6 seconds. And that does put him P9. Thus knocking out FRL Plymouth. Carlos Killer is actually now just about made the flag, so he might be able to actually knock out FRL Swinney. He's going to need about 1.4 seconds improvement though. But anything is possible in the mighty McLaren. As how much is he up on? About 2 seconds, so actually, yeah. He will be able to knock out Swinney right now. And make JB Bowie, if he just wee himself a little. Just be a bit nervous. Oh, my mate's messaging me right now. Has he got a better line through the hairpin than Bowie? He does. And how hard does he send it through the final corner? Takes a bit more curve than normal. And now goes P8, so a very, very nice time there from Carlos Killer, about 3.4 seconds of improvement. So very well done to him now. JB Bowie is also on another lap, so doesn't really need to, but can improve his positions now once again. And is he going to? I think he did, but did not improve his position. So you know, didn't really matter for him to improve, but yeah, but there we are now though. Dixon topping out the timesheets once again. All the drivers are knocked out, but ones that tried the mediums. So as I said, I wouldn't expect many drivers to be trying the medium tyres, and that's what happens when you do. Sadistic King Plymouth, no, Sadistic, sorry, just Sadistic now. Very close in the timings, so I'll be expecting to see them two very close together. However, Swinney is on a tactical pole position here, as the medium hards can be very good round China, but obviously there'll be safety cars, there'll be crashes, you know, pile-ups, damage, I'm sure, so we'll have to wait and see. Right, so here we are now in Q3, still raining, still looks like British weather, but we carry on. As who's going to win the fight for getting out there? Aston Martin and a Mercedes go out, but it is going to be the Aston Martin now of FRL Jackson to get out there first now. Said he wasn't feeling too great, so we might not be seeing the peaks of Jackson that we usually see, but nonetheless I'm expecting a very good performance now from he's not championship leader, is he? I've already forgotten. Let's just remind ourselves of what on earth is going on. No, he's not actually, he's 8th, but I do know he's got a lot of pace, so I'm sure that's not very reflective of where he should be in the standings. Oh, no, right, he actually goes for a little bit of a spin now on his outlap. So that's gonna now allow Dixon to be the man first and out there right now on track. Let's just say Jackson can now calm those tyres down, get them to a nice temperature. You see him opening the DRS now on the back straight. Not really a need to, but you know, just checking it works. You know, no, not really a point not to. Oh, right, but we'll stay on board the entire lap now with Dixon, obviously topping out qualifying 1 now and qualifying 2. So he'll be hoping for more of the same in qualifying 3. Right, very nice line through the first section of track now, allowing the engine to rev out a little bit just to make sure he's got the car facing forwards, not losing it under the traction. I believe that was like, what, 25.9 through the first sector, so very good from the man in the Mercedes. Just very smooth with it now, though, isn't he? You can tell he practices. He's on wheel. He's definitely got like what they call a Logitech, or like a thrust legend, or whatever they're called. I've like never owned a wheel. But F1 Dixon now round the back straight. Can he open the DRS early? He can now, very, very early. May only gain you about 100th, but that 100th could be the difference between pole position and second place. So now at the end of the day, you'll be hoping you can open it as early as possible. Now, cuts the final corner very nicely, no invalidation for him now, right, and a 138.8 will be a very hard time to beat now. Right. Well, someone now with Smalley, as FL Jackson sets 139.8 and a 138.9 now for the man in the Ferrari. We're now on board with Maxi as Carlos Killer's teammate set a 140.3, sticks to the right now, sets a 139.4, so some pretty quick lap times being set right now. Crossfire Strikes, who's a reserve now for Haas, sets a 139 flat, so about 2/10 off the man now currently in pole position. We're now on board with Oggy, staying on the right to cool his tyres down maybe a little bit, staying on the wetter line. Cuts their pin pretty nicely, but does get a little bit of unsteer now. Right. And goes a bit wide through the final corner, but pretty good time nonetheless with the 1:40.2. 2 drivers still out there now in the pit lane. Maybe only have 1 set of tyres. Not sure. But for anyone up on their time, Dixon is not. Right, or at least not on another lap. Maxi isn't. Right. Is Oggy. Oggy is. We'll come back to him in a minute now. Though, as Carlos Killer. Massive Virros there now, right, and does go onto the grass. Is Ricky Republic up? I'm not really that sure, but we're going to stick on board with him. Seems to be going pretty quick, so alright, yes, he is going to set a lap time, cuts the final corner pretty nicely, sticks to the right, not one to dip a tire in the grass, and 139.9 is a pretty good lap time now from the man in the Alpine. Alright, Oggy gets a massive Virros now through that spoon curve and does decide to back out on that lap time. It's very wise of him, you know, no point trying to retrieve what he couldn't get, so he'll just dive back into pits now, right? Unless he decides to do another consecutive lap time, but I wouldn't really see the point. He'll just come into the pit lane and strap on a new set of soft tyres and go again. Yeah, so Ricky not on another lap time, right, but he's sure as hell trying. See, as I said now though, Ricky not currently now on a lap time. Is Smalley. Does doesn't look it. No, Smalley is not on another lap. Alright. Carlos Killer maybe. Alright, yeah, he's not going slow, so we'll stay on board with him right now as he darts through the back straight. Meow. Meow. Alright, I make a good Formula 1 car. Alright. Actually, no, he's not up on his lap time because he's currently on a 141 and still has 2 more corners to go. Right, so JB Bowie right now on his out lap. I'm guessing he only has 1 set of tyres to boot. Let's hope he can make some good use of them. I know he's a pretty quick driver, so he just got to prove that to me right now, as we can also see FRL Big Balls coming out of the pit lane as well to start his out lap as well. Alright, we'll stay on board with Bowie, why not? Give him his lap of fame. Right. So a bit of oversteer through the last corner to start his lap time, so that could hinder, well, him. Seems pretty nice through the first section. And a pretty wide line now through turn 2 and 3. At least I think so. Hang on, let me get a map of the track up. China track. Yeah, alright, here we are. Alright. Oh, yeah, okay, so it was turn 3. Alright, my bad. But Bowie now currently going through turn 9s and 10. Seeming like he's doing pretty well for himself right now. He was very quick through second sector in qualifying 2. Now, right, let's hope that has carried on, as he does also have a very nice helmet. Alright, I'm liking the, I like the black and the, like, purpley mix on it. I don't do art, by the way. Alright, there's crossfire strikes now on the right, as all of the cars, or just about all of them, are now on their out lap now to start their final lap times. We can go on board with crossfire strikes now once he has finished, or we can go on board with Jackson, who I believe is on time right now. We'll go spectate him in a minute though, as JB Bowie is going to finish his lap time. Alright, and go P7. Okay. Alright, so not bad lap time, not bad. Might get beaten by 1 or 2 people, but I think overall he'd take that. Do not want to start P10 around here now though, because that's probably one of the worst positions you could be in, probably worse than last place, to be honest. Right, so yeah, big risk for some drivers to set 2 laps in qualifying 2A. Right, but yeah, I saw Jackson was pretty far up on his time now, right, about 5/10 as he goes through now the final corner. Has a pretty nice line through it. And how much time can he gain now through the final corner? Swings it through, doesn't take any curb on the outside. He goes P3, just about 2/10 away from FRL Dixon in the Mercedes, who's now just about starting his lap time. Right. FRL Big Balls now though, right, setting his only lap time, unless he goes for consecutive. He does take some of the curve now on the right and some of the AstroTurf. Goes P6, so does beat JB Bowie's time now by about 5/10. So yeah, now as I said, JB Bowie has got some time to find, although he does look like he's on another lap time. Right. And now he goes through the final corner, so yes, he should be up on his time somewhat. Right, he's in those 39s, 39.5, just slightly off FRL Big Balls, but quite far ahead now of Ricky Republic. Right, but right now we're going to say about with Smalley, as he is currently fighting for that pole position. I believe he's about 6/10 up now on his time, as the checkered flag is out for qualifying. So once all drivers have now finished their current laps, that will be it. And it's a 1:38.4 for Smalley. So an absolute thunderous time now. Right? Dixon might not beat that either. Dixon is only about 1.5 tenths now up on his lap time. So Dixon could just be fighting for his P2 here, let alone P1. He's going to have to throw everything now around that final corner. It looked pretty good. Can he do it? He cannot. So right now it is Smalley on pole position. But we've got Crossfire Strikes, who is probably the next car to set a lap time right now. Unless JB Bowie is someone, but he's not up on it right now. Right. So we're now currently going to stand board with Crossfire Strikes. Then we can go on board with Maxi. Crossfire Strikes has had some pretty good pace throughout this Saturday in game. Can he disrupt anything for the top three? I think he can. I'm going to have faith in the Haas driver, who's currently reserving for today. Puts it all on the line through the last corner. Where's he going to go? He goes pole position. A 1:38.2 for the reserve driver in the Haas. That is an absolutely awesome time from Crossfire Strikes now. Can Maxi do anything about that? No, he's going to come into the pits. And he's the last driver now to set a time. So that is going to be it. A dramatic finish at the end. Crossfire Strikes now out of nowhere snatches this pole position away from Smalley and Dixon. It seemed like it would only be those two fighting it out. But Crossfire Strikes says thank you very much. And behind all our backs, it sets a 1:38.2, which I must say is a great lap time. And hang on a second, guys. Apologies for that pause there. Oh, hang on, what's going on? My PlayStation? Right. Ah, there we are. Alright, sorry, I was just taking a screenshot in case the league needed me to. Alright, but yeah, now we can see the top 10. So Crossfire Strikes on pole, Smalley in second, Dixon in third, Jackson fourth. For they share the second row. Maxi and Ricky Republic on the third. Now, JB Bowie and FL Big Balls, who both only set one lap time. Now, we'll be pretty happy with that. Bowie in the end does beat the Alfa Romeo driver. Now, Oggy and Carlos Killer are going to fill up that final row. So we're just now waiting to head into this race. Right. So the real question there right now, though, is right, as it seems, I'll drive for the race now. Can Crossfire Strikes hold on to his lead? Or is he going to get swarmed by the Jacksons, the Smalleys, the Dixons, or the very, very quick people? I believe there's also a formation lap. So I'll probably stay mute for that, to just let you guys have a little look through the field. Alright, and I'll be back with you once we get underway. Let me just check now, right, that once these 30 seconds are gone, that it is a formation lap. Right. What is it? Come on, 4 seconds. 3, 2, 1. Yeah, so it is just a formation lap, right? So I'll let you guys just go through your formation laps, just go quick breather, you know, right? Just look, have a look through the grid, and I'll be back with you once we are done. So we see our leader right now, who just goes across the final corner right now. We can see all the drivers now that are in top 10 all on the softs. A lot of drivers going for hards, a lot of drivers going for mediums. Right, so very split right now, but we are going to stay on this camera angle as we are about to get underway. Okay. You can just see Warrior Huntsman there now, right at the back, and Barcologist just getting into their grid slots, and then we'll be underway. You see the green flag now being waved in the background. Alright. So I actually can't. Alright, there they are though. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5 red lights out. And we're underway right now. Barcologist has actually got a drive-through penalty for jumping the start. It's not a great start for that driver. Smalley now has already got up into first place. Big contact between him and Dixon. Jackson now has slid through now down the inside. It's a rubbish start for the man now who started on pole. He's going to be fine with Dixon round the outside now. Smalley now though has got a great start, and Crossfire Strikes has been forced to give up that position now to Dixon. Maxi might also give a little lunge now, but up the inside he doesn't. So Jackson, who wasn't feeling great about this race initially, is now up into the lead. Smalley, what a great start in from him now, though, right at the start. Let's go down the field. Anything going on any side-by-side battling? It looks like iLink's Pete is trying to get past Jay Hart now, whose teammate did not have a great start. The mediums versus the hards. Mediums should come out on top right now as he's going to dive down the inside. A bit of contact. Now maybe a little bit of ring damage between the two as well. Not quite sure though. It seems like Barcologist now and FRL Fat Kid are having a ding-dong battle. It seems like Barcologist has ghosted though, so that should be a pretty easy pass for the AlphaTauri now though. But we see all the drivers now though, absolutely all of them going down the back straight with a beautiful camera angle now. Let's just get rid of the UI just to see all those drivers now zooming down. Right. No, not looking like there probably won't be an awful lot of overtakes right now though. At China, not really a track known for its overtaking. As we see all the drivers now looping it around the final corner now. So yeah, the start of Crossfire Strikes really not what he would have wanted, as Barcologist now comes in and serves his drive-through penalty. But yeah, now we can see Smalley, who is the current championship leader, trying to break that 1 second gap now off of Dixon, who's actually going ahead of Everell Jackson. Right, so he'll be liking that. And Crossfire Strikes is now losing yet another position to Maxi. There's a yellow flag right now. I believe that is Barcologist, who has just stopped on the track. Yeah, what's going on with Barcologist? Right. We'll move on from that right now, as he's been disqualified from the session. Alright, I'm sure that's not him, I'm sure that's probably his AI right now. But where's this pace for Crossfire Strikes now? All gone. Right. He's got absolutely no pace. We can see a bit of battling now down here right at the rear end of the field with the Republic, who I believe might have had maybe a little spin at the start, because I wouldn't imagine he'd be down here. He barges his way now right past FRO Fat Kid. He's now got to get past Sadistic, but we're going to go up right now, because Oggy and Jammy JJ are fighting. Oh, and it's a huge dive by Link's Piece now, who makes a little bit of contact with the Red Bull driver. And it looks like Crossfire Strikes is in the pit lane, so he's actually got some damage. That could explain the loss in places now and positions. But a very, very aggressive move from Link's Piece. It seems like Carlos Killer now and FRL Big Balls are having a swap in positions. Alright, Big Balls gets the move done now though, but Carlos Killer is going to try come back at him, not using the ERS. Is he going to threaten and move down the inside? He's not. He's going to stick in his position, so very well done by Big Balls. Seems like Link's Piece and Jammy JJ now are battling. It could be a pretty nice switch back from Jammy JJ, but no. It seems like Mercedes just got a bit too much traction now for him. Now, and we are on lap 3 currently, so DRS is now enabled, and Maxi's showing some great pace here right now. Currently battling FRL Jackson. Can he get a nicer exit than him? FRL Fat Kid gets the first penalty for track limits now of the day. Alright, here we are now though with DRS. Not even really using ERS, it's a simple move now for the McLaren driver. Though he is going to allow the Aston Martin to have another peak around the outside now, but he was entitled to that racing line now and does take the position fairly. Looks like Jammy JJ now has way overshot the hairpin now, and Oggy threatened to move up the inside just to scare him a little bit as JB Bowie has entered the pit lane. Okay. Oggy is now going to try and move down the inside. He does not want to end his race right now with a crash. Swinney and Pimis having a little bit of battling. Down the outside for Swinney. Can't make stick, but he's got way better traction than Pimis. And that's a very nice move by the Williams driver to put himself up right now into 7th place. That is a bit of contact between Jackson and Maxi, and a little bit more as Maxi hits Jackson up the rear end. Whee, funny joke that, innit? But those two getting very argy-bargy now with each other, and that's allowing Big Balls and Carlos Killer to join in the fight. But a bit of a gap for Swinney now right at the back. I say right at the back, I mean now, you know, like at the back of like that little group, you know what I mean. Right. Looks like Vicky Republic right now is really threatening a move on Oggy, who is also on the soft tyres with him. Right, ERS, DRS, he's got the slipstream, a nice and easy move for the Alpine driver. Right. Looks like FRO Big Balls right now though is going to come into the pit lane. The soft tyres do not last long round here, as Jackson might get switched back by Maxi. He does not. As Smalley and Dixon right at the top of the field are very, very similarly paced today. A bit of a lock-up though for Smalley now, but Dixon responds by going wide as well, so not really threatening Smalley for the time being. He'll stumble with Pimis as him and Swinney are currently the closest on track, or at least very close at least, as Swinney goes very wide, dips a tyre into the grass, nearly hits Pimis, and Pimis will now move himself up into 6th place. Swinney can last this chicane, then it will be DRS for the Williams driver, and it could be a return move on the Alpine. He has been able to stick behind him now, right, though in the dirty air. Both of them using a lot of their VRS now to defend and attack. We can see the red light flashing now on the back of the Alpine, but Swinney does not threaten a move just yet. Maxi and Jackson once again now are having a battle, but Jackson is going to dive it into pits right now. So some drivers might be trying the one stop round here today, as 6-7 laps on soft tyres does seem like quite a bit now. As now Swinney's going to try threaten the move on the main straight, much smaller one. Right now of the two, Pimis might hold on to it now around the outside, which turns to the inside for turn 3. Can Swinney get better traction like he did last lap? That is actually going to be the case once again now. This battling has allowed iLink's Peace to enter the fray as they get very close to each other, but thankfully no contact and it's all clean, fair racing. We can now on board with Dixon and Smalley, as these two are still very, very close to each other. We can see how slow these soft tyres are getting now though, as Smalley is over a second down on his fastest lap time, and I'm sure that now Dixon was most of the same as well. But yeah, both drivers just seem to save what they've got behind them, on them. Not really threatening moves, just working together, growing that gap on the McLarens. Now, and it is definitely working. Now Rumble is a District King, but not looking like a move's going to be made there. iLink's Peace makes a move now on Ricky Republic, but he way overshoots the hairpin now. And Pimis is going to try help his teammate by slowing down Mercedes as much as he can. He does get forced off track now though, which now allows Jammy J to enter the fray. Some good poetry there from me. And very near contact between Ricky Republic and iLink's Peace. So let's hope there is no contact for the rest of this race. I believe there's a bit of battling and also a little bit of contact between Crossfire Strikes and FRL Fatkin now, and there's even more. So these two really both getting the elbows out. Crossfire Strikes trying to make his way up right now on that 2-stop. And just weaving side to side, just trying to get some temperature in those tyres. We're now back on board though, in this party, which goes from 4th right down to 8th now. Let's get the penalties up so we can see who's got what. Only 2 track limit penalties for now. Alright, I'm expecting some sort of move to be made on someone right now. As Swinney actually goes for a spin, and he's going to hit the wall. He is. Alright, luckily does not lose a tyre though, so he's still in it, but that will be a quick run into the pit lane now for Swinney. Obviously not wanting to come off those hard tyres as it's way too early, but will not have a choice, and we'll probably have to go medium. There's Jammy JJ now, just about forces Pimis off of the track, as Ricky Republic could be threatened by a move from iLink's Peace here, but not looking like those drivers are going to go for it. Is Fat Kid now going to try and move? Seems like he's got just a bit too much understeer through that corner, so no move being threatened right now. Back on board with this train now. And Darling's piece, we've seen a few risky moves from him today. Now, can he make some more to really spice up this race? I've actually been quite surprised so far. It's been pretty entertaining. China usually not a riveting circuit for the viewer, but I've been surprised. Now, as we see, Jammy JJ, massive understeer with all the dirty air now through what I want to say is turn 10. Now, Eiling's piece now though, right. Will he use his ERS, but so will the car ahead of him. Now, is he going to threaten the move? Is he going to go down the inside? He is. It's a little bit late, and he brakes much later. Outbrakes himself, and it's a lovely switchback now, though, from Ricky Republic to put himself now back up into 4th. But he does actually move himself into the pit lane. Pimus would not have wanted to pit then anyway, though. Now, as we've got Carlos Killer and the AlphaTauri both battling, near contact between the two, but now Carlos Killer is going to try again for round number 2 between these two, and we'll get the move done a lot earlier. Now wait for the braking zone. So well done to him as we see Ricky Republic come out the pit lane on medium tyres. Now Dixon seems much closer to Smalley than they now once initially were. So he might threaten a move now though, as they've both been on those soft tyres for about 9 laps. Actually, yeah, since that race I've not pitted so far. Now, Smalley is using his ERS just to make sure Dixon now doesn't go for a move, but Dixon's going to go for the move anyway. Now, and does Dixon get the move done? A bit of a lock-up now from Smalley. Is he going to now try to switch back, get better traction? He does not, so Dixon is now in the lead. And they both enter the pit, so... Oh, but he's overshot it! And Dixon's got a puncture. Now, so now there's now a puncture for the man who just took the lead. So that just really shows the tyre wear, right? And now I would be expecting all the drivers that are now on the soft, right, to really be thinking about a change in tyres. Right, yeah, all drivers that started on the softs are now in the pit lane. Right, luckily not a massive loss in time for Dixon, but that's cool to see. Now a puncture, which gives Smalley the net race lead back. Crossfire Strikes now is trying a move on FRL Big Balls, as I forgot to mention now, these two are on the mediums. Now, just a bit too far back to make any move right now, as the Aston Martin buddies are scrapping away, and Jackson is now going to come out right on top of that one. Still stuck in the dirty air now behind the Alfa Romeo, who is hovering around that 1 second gap on Warrior Huntsman. He's on a pretty quiet race right now, started on those hard tyres. And Smalley getting very close to the hat. Right, could actually threaten a move now soon. Right. Who's going to make a move on who now, right, though, is the question. As Big Balls seems like a sitting duck, but it's going to have to be a free late move now from the Haas driver, who thinks better of it and tucks in behind Big Balls. Now Warrior Huntsman is going to threaten a move on Jay Hartnell. Both of them using the RS, both of them very low. Just a bit too far back now though. Same goes for Crossfire Strikes, who goes very wide, and now Smalley is going to try sneak a move up the inside, and he's got that move done. So a very nice move there from the Ferrari, just capitalising now on the mistake. And now Dixon will be wanting to follow Smalley through, maybe thinking about a late dive bomb from here. He doesn't, as Crossfire Strikes is going to send one up on Smalley. Now, as Smalley goes for a move on Big Balls, around the inside of the long sweeping left-hander. Now, some great battling now around here. Dixon is going to go right round the outside of the Haas driver. He's going to make the move stick, and he tried a move on Big Balls, just a little bit too audacious there. And now Crossfire Strikes is going to come back at him. He goes a little bit wide, these two now. Both fighting it out now. Obviously Crossfire Strikes angry that he lost that pole position, but he cannot fight Dixon anymore. We've got a nice aerial shot here. Right now, as Big Balls and Warrior Huntsman are now fighting. Dixon is now going to go for the move through the middle of them. Warrior Huntsman backs out. Is Big Balls now going to back out? Is it going to be a move on Jay Hartnell, who loses the traction? Now Dixon's going to pounce like a tiger on him right on the inside line. It's a nice move, and Dixon can now try and get back in that 1 second gap of Smalley. But he's got to be careful of their ERS now though. As Maxi sets the fastest lap of a 1:34.7. And now both Haas drivers swapping positions. Probably some team orders there now. But I'd suspect Crossfire Strikes is much quicker now on those medium tyres than Jay Hartnell is though on those hard tyres. For a very huge train we've got here right now. It goes right down to 10th and starts up in about 5th. I'd say Dixon is now currently still in this train, and with dirty air he could allow Big Balls to get back within 1 second of him. We've got some close battling between the Huntsman and the Jackson. We'll go with that. I won't film that ever again. I deeply apologise. Jay Hartnell could be a little bit of a sitting duck here now, though, as I believe that's another 3 second penalty for FL Fat Kid. So it's only him and Johnny JJ that have penalties right now. As it's going to be down the inside now for FRL Jackson. And he makes that move sick now on the Haas. As the Haas Ed is also battling, so both Haas is losing a position. But it's going to be nice and simple for me for Big Balls right now though. As there's a lot of battling now right up in at the top of the pack. As Primus is now going to try to go around the outside of Ilinx's piece. He cannot make that move though. And Jammy JJ is now going to try and capitalise on this and make a bit of a gap, as Smalley has now joined this little battle, so I'd expect to move soon as Jammy JJ goes pretty wide. Ilinx's piece now with his aggressive style of racing. As Smalley does get past Pimis, not really looking like he put up too much of a fight there. Now, as I'd expect the least amount of battling to come now from Jammy JJ. As there now might be a move from Dixon. Yes, there will. A nice and easy move. Alright. Just squeezes out Pimis a little bit, but oh, there's actually a bit of contact between Smalley and now Ilinx's piece. So Ilinx's piece actually nearly being sent to the moon from Smalley's rear right tyre. Usually it's the other way around. Usually it's the Mercedes hitting the rear right of a Red Bull, not the rear right hitting a Mercedes. Now, Dixon now could try and move on Jammy JJ, who allowed Smalley now to move up into the lead. We're just about halfway through now this race. Jammy JJ now actually coming into the pits on those medium tyres. So now these two are officially in the lead once again, as they are now probably yet to make their second stop. They can probably afford to make a second stop. Now just currently scroll around to see if there's any battles now going on. You still got this one in the midfield between now from Jackson still down to about Warrior Huntsman, who is trying to find his way around Jay Hartnell, who has got a 3 second time penalty, and I believe FRL Fat Kid did just start from the pit lane, or in the pit lane. So yeah, unfortunate for him. He just racking up penalties. Must have just angered him a little bit. But we're now on board though with Ricky Republic as he's looking up the back now of Carlos Killer. I feel like these two have been pretty close the whole race. That might just be me though. As we see Arlink's piece now getting past Crossfire Strikes now. And that's because Crossfire Strikes has... well, I can't speak. Because Crossfire Strikes has gone for a spin now, right? So things just go from bad to worse now from for the Hash driver. Now, but we've got Jackson and Maxi swapping positions, as well as Carlos Killer now, right? And Ricky Republic. Right, yeah, so a lot of overtakes around China today. Might see one more now, right, on the main straight. Now, much more ERS for Warrior Huntsman now, who is going to try and move up the inside. J. Arnold did not really leave the room. And Warrior Huntsman is not going to get another chance right now to make a move. Right, and now it seems like Warrior Huntsman going very slowly now, and I suspect that he might be entering the pits here to retire because the 12-second gap. Alright, yeah. So just very unfortunate for Crossfire Strikes. Had such great pace in qualifying 3, and you can probably hear my dog in the background now. There, right. But yeah, just couldn't transform that pace in the race. I'm actually just going to mute for a minute, guys, as my dog is being incredibly loud. I'll still try to flick through the drivers though, so just give me a second. Alright, I'm very sorry for that. My dog is being a pain in the arse, as I would like to call it now. And he's still barking, but now on board with, or off board with Carlos Killer, as he's now threatening a move on Jay Hartnell. Right, now, but is he going to make that move? Using his a little bit of VRS, using DRS now. We see the red light for Jay Hartnell flashing. Carlos Killer right now though, not wanting to make that move. Oh. No, so we're just going to head back on board with the front two, because they really are the closest battle right now. As I say that, Carlos Killer does now get past Jay Hartnell down the back of the field, and Oggy enters the pits. Okay, that's right. A lot of people making a move on him. So just cracking the fingers. They should have the in the next game, whenever you're spectating, they should have the the little feature where that they do in real life, where like you'd be spectating the leaders and it'd show like a driver now further down the field that like what they're seeing as well, just so you can have you can watch two things at once. I think that'd be pretty cool. So Dixon actually threatening a move, but does not make one. Just sitting behind now, waiting for the right time, as Maxi and Big Balls are also very near each other, as well as Victory Republic. It's very 2x2 right now, 1-2. Bowie now all on his own. Then you kind of got 1-2 between Island Speed and Pimis. Then 1-2 between Huntsman and Swinney. Then Oggy. Sorry, Oggy. So Warrior Huntsman now picks up a 3-second time penalty for exceeded track limits. They're not the worst round here, our track limits, so not really awfully surprised that now only 3 drivers have them. Smalley now and Dixon, they seem much closer than they have been initially, but I've been wrong before. Now, is Dixon going to finally make a move? Neither of them are now really pushing, but Dixon is going to threaten a move now down the inside. Is he going to make it stick now? As Smalley is going to try to switch back, but gets a bit of a snapperoo there. And now FRL Dixon is up into the lead now. Will Smalley come back at him though? No, he does not. Smalley decides he's now also going to sit behind on the main straight. Jammy JJ now goes very, very wide. This could allow Sadistic to maybe have a go now on the main straight. I wouldn't expect it though. Oh no, maybe. Could be a late move. No, he does not. He thinks better of it. No. Yeah, so can Sadistic make a move through turn 3? Does not. Jam JJ gets a much better exit than him. Alright, so we're going to stay on board with Smalley and Dixon once again. These two are massive title contenders, and every single position or finish that they can get above the other one counts. It counts massively. But not expect to move right now though. So we're now gonna go on board with Maxi and Big Balls. Big Balls moves all the way over to the right to try to defend, actually going on the grass now. The DRS for Maxi is very powerful around China, as it's down the inside for the McLaren, round the outside now for the Alfa Romeo, who gets better traction, and will just go into the brake zone ahead of the McLaren driver. But the McLaren has got DRS now. As well as using ERS, he is going to fly past FRL Big Balls now and up onto that podium position now. Is Big Balls going to try send a move now right round the outside? He is not, as my sister can't shut up. Why, she's so annoying. Ricky Republic, just a bit too far back to think about having any attempt on the Aston Martin ahead. Now, as JB Bowie is fighting Pimis, as well as I-Link's Peace on the hard tyres versus Farrell Swinney on the mediums. And it actually seems like Smalley might have made a little bit of a mistake right now, because look at that gap. That gap has fallen. Now, as Jackson goes for a spin, Now, around turn 10, a very peculiar peculiar place to lose it. But now, gets out everybody's way, especially his teammates. Oh. And that swing damage for the Aston Martin, right, and now that is him hobbling into the pits for a fresh set of softs and a new front wing. So very unfortunate now for him. He's got a lot of pace, and unfortunately, I believe he said he was ill or something, just couldn't find any. So Jackson, I hope you're better next week, man, and you can highlight that pace we all know you've got. Now, Ilinx Peace and Swinney swap positions right now, and it seems like Swinney is going to hold on to that 13th place, which will now be 12th, because Jackson actually gets a penalty going into the pits, and gets yet another, and does actually retire now from race. So just couldn't go with his way today. Yeah, very unfortunate for the Aston Martin now. But meanwhile, though, Plymouth now and JB Bowie are much closer than 2 cars behind. It's much better traction for the Alpine right now. If he can make this move around the outside, it'd be very, very good. And I'll tell you what, it is a great move now from FRL Plymouth 1. As he goes around the outside of a very hard corner to even follow him, let alone make a move. But we're going to stand well with these for now, but we see up ahead, Smalley is now got about a 1.4 second gap from Dixon, so that could be Dixon checked out for this race. Still another 6 laps to go though. Now Plymouth's weaving all over the track, not sure if that's really allowed. I know it wouldn't be in real life. Bowie's thought about a move, broke later, but in the end now has to retreat and stick behind him. Sadistic now and Jay Hartnell swap positions, but that is due to Jay Hartnell coming into the box. Now, we're just going to have a little check now on what the fastest lap of the race is. Now, that's currently held by FRL Dixon, a 1:34.3, as Oggy gets 3 second now time penalty. So currently max points going to Dixon today. Now, as this is currently the closest battle on track, now like this and the one that Warrior Huntsman and Ilinx Peace having, but this one is higher up the field, so we will stay on board with that, with this. No. However, Plymouth is pulling a pretty big gap on JB Bowie. It might just get him outside the DRS. We'll have to wait and see. It's just after the little right-hand kink. Yeah, so Bowie does manage to actually keep DRS now. We'll go on board with Warrior Huntsman though, because he is actually closer to Ilinx Peace. Now, as for once, this camera angle is now actually useful, right, as we see a great shot now of Warrior Huntsman behind, who might think about a move around the outside. He's gonna now, he's gonna go for it. Might try the switchback of dreams here on the Mercedes now. Uses all his ERS to try and make this move possible. Now round the outside of the final corner. Just unfortunately now doesn't have the DRS. As Sadistic now comes into the pit lane to come off those hards and put on a fresh set of softs. Now, yeah, very unlucky for a Huntsman. That could have been a very enticing move to see. Yeah, as now Sadistic is now right at the back of the field now. But we've got a yellow flag because Oggy is going very slowly now. What's going on with Oggy? No, right. Oggy, mate, what's going on? Has he got a puncture? No, he's just... What's Oggy doing? Now, and I think a safety car's just come out because of that. Right. Yeah, so hang on, let me pause and unpause. Oh, right. Unfortunately, I can't tell right now. But, no. Okay, so a virtual safety car, I believe, right, has now come out, after some confusion of what Oggy is doing. Does he have a puncture? Can't see one. Yeah, no. No, so Oggy's just going, like, no, right, what, ballistic? I'm not really sure what happened then. No, right. But yeah, luckily not a full course safety car. You know, we wouldn't want to see any, like, you know, unfair moves after what just happened then. We see the grid. I think Maxi's put in a very good performance today, right now. Today, been a little bit of a dark horse. Has gone a little bit unnoticed, but you know, very, very consistent from him. I also like to discuss a driver of the day now today, not just one that the game makes up, unless I agree with one that the game makes up. Now, as we're going to look at position changes and see who has gained the most right now. So Dixon's actually gained 2 positions now up front, but Warrior Huntsman now and iLink's Peace have both gained 9 positions, as the virtual safety car is now over. As Oggy is now probably going to retire. Called it next. But yeah, these 2 drivers here both have gained the most with 9. Alright, yeah, so very well done to them. And all drivers actually, other than JB Bowie now, who is actually down at the back of the field, so maybe making a pit stop. Alright, yeah, most of the field doing the 1 stop, which I don't really blame them for. Even on the soft, you don't really want to make that 2nd stop, as drivers like Crossfire Strikes might have figured out, as he used all 3 compounds actually. I know, we're going to go further up the field now, right now though, as Swinney and Pimis are currently having a little bit of a battle, but Warrior Huntsman is having a bit of a bigger one, as Big Balls gets a 3-second time penalty. These 2 have been having a ding-dong battle all day. See how Link's Peace actually goes defensive through turn 1. Right now, and Warrior Huntsman's going to make a bit of contact with him. He tries an audacious move now right down the inside. He's going to try to switch back him, and there's a bit of contact. And Warrior Huntsman's out. The Red Bull driver now and the Mercedes driver just had 1 bang too many. Right, and now the full course safety car is now out with 3 laps to go. Smalley will be thanking the Lord for what's just happened right now, as he might just get 1 last chance right now to try and have a go at that leader. Alright, but yeah, I'm sure that's going to get reported or investigated after the race, as yeah, those 2 were getting very close all race, right? And now it's a big gamble from Smalley, as he's going to come into the pits. Right. Now, Maxi doesn't, and nor does Ricky, so I'm guessing Smalley's probably going to lose both these positions. So he's probably going to drop down to about P4 here. Actually, no, Ricky Republic also comes into the pits. Right. And now Dixon will be chattering his teeth, because this is now, all now going to come down to strategy. Dixon purely has to rely on now Maxi to try and fend off what will be raging attack from Smalley. However, there'll probably only be about 2 laps of racing though. So if Dixon can just jump away well, get about I don't know, maybe just even a 2nd lead, that could just be enough for him to fend off for the remaining laps we have. Alright, as Smalley now catches up to the pack, and safety car's actually in this lap. Alright, so this has only really helped Smalley, and maybe Carlos Killer, right, as now he's going to maybe get a little bit of an effort on his teammate. But yeah, right now there's only going to be four cars, maybe a few more as they catch up under this safety car. They're going to get underway. Right now, that seemed a bit useless. May as well just put out the virtual if there's only going to be for a lap. Right now, yeah, we can see Big Balls now, right now also gaining. So we'll stand by with Smalley as we all want to see when Dixon is going to jump. I'm sure, right now, but right now I've got to put all my money on Smalley winning this race. Well, right, we saw how his pace was on the softs earlier, and I don't see how he can't get through Maxi quickly and then Dixon afterwards right now. Jay Harton will actually get the penalty for track limits now, right, on the safety car, as Dixon has now gone for it, right, he's now jumped. Smalley is already going to pass Maxi with 2 laps to go. Does he get to the move finish right now? Yes, he does. Maxi does not fight it that hard, right, and now on board with Dixon. It could be a very easy move right now. There will be no DRS for the final 2 remaining laps. Right now, Smalley loses back in now, right now a little bit. Dixon's just got to hope for constant mistakes now from him. Brake as late as possible with so much extra grip now on those softs. Right, for Smalley now. Don't want to try and move now round here. We've got to stay on board with Isa as it's going to be a huge battle. Right now, a huge fight up to the end. Smalley thinks trying to move around the outside now. Dixon fends off beautifully. He's trying to get as wide as possible, get great exits now. It's pretty wide now from Dixon. Is Smalley going to send a dive bomb? Dixon places his car perfectly right now in the middle of the track. Smalley's going to try to go around the outside of Spoon. That's what I call it from now on, because I don't know what corner it is now. He gets super close right now. He's got the ERS, he's got the slipstream. Now, right, Dixon's a sitting duck. Can he fend it off now, though? They're both on similar levels right now of ERS. Who's going to come out now on top in this battle, right? Dixon now is going to try to fight it round the outside of big contact. As Dixon now, right, is forced off the track, but Smalley is going to take that race lead. Now, it's not the best exit from him now, right, though. Dixon is going to try and use all his energy and all the pace he's got left in those mediums. As we're now on the last lap, trying a little move now, did Smalley, but it did Dixon, but he just couldn't find the space left, right. Now Smalley's surely going to just cruise into the distance. So he put up a great fight, did Dixon, but eventually it's just way too much. Now, as Big Balls tries an audacious dive bomb now on Maxi, even with the penalty. Just way too deep now on the brakes. And Ricky Republic is even going to try a little bit of a move right now on Big Balls, maybe a little bit of damage for the Alfa Romeo. Right now, Jamie J thinking about some moves, but with that penalty, not an overturn will really be happening right now. So we'll stay on board right now with our leader. It was a very odd start. He started third on lap 1, immediately took the race lead, and him and Dixon right now have just been Hamilton and Verstappen ding dong dash on each other. Constant battles, right? They both had awesome pace, but that safety car could not have been worse timed, as they both had a choice to make on the strategy, and Smalley has played it to a T. So he comes around the final corner. It's going to be an awesome win for Smalley as he takes the checkered flag and wins the race in China. Now, Dixon will be disappointed, but not very upset, hopefully, with second place now, as he would have come into this race now hoping for the win. And Jay Hart now all the way down in 13th, just waiting for him to cross the flag. But Maxi now takes an awesome, now very awesome P3. Went very on the radar, he did. Oh, but that is now the race. Alex Peace gets driver of the day. No, I must disagree for that one. I think I think I might just have to go with Smalley for that strategy call now for the softs. He did get a bit lucky with Ricky Republic now also coming in, but you know, you can't take anything away from Smalley. As I'm just going to take a screenshot just in case I need it. Alright, but that has been it for me for FRL round 5 here in China. And I hope you guys have enjoyed. Tried my best today. I'm a little bit ill, but alright, just tried to ramble my way past that one. But yeah, I will be signing off. Here's just one last little rundown now through the grid for anyone if they want to watch. Yeah, I'll be signing off. Thank you very much, FRL, for now for giving me the opportunity to commentate, and I hope I can commentate many more races like this one today, because it was great, wasn't it? Let's not lie. Yeah, that's me, Lewis the Beaker, signing off for today. See you all later.